Most HVAC owners hire a new marketing company because the last one just didn't work. But the problem is the next one won't either, and the one after that won't either. Because marketing never shows you what happens after the phone rings, where decisions stall, or all the operational inefficiencies you have in your company. After switching marketing companies, the expectation is pretty straightforward. The phone should start ringing more, the buyer should be more serious, I should start making more money, my crew should be busy. And it's a fair expectation. You're paying for someone to improve results, not just send reports. But this is where the disconnect happens. All of these expectations are end results and not explanations. They don't actually explain anything that's happening inside the business. When an owner says we need more leads, it's because the leads that they're getting right now aren't turning into anything. They're not turning into booked appointments. They're not turning into jobs. When owners say they need more calls, it's simply because they're not confident that the calls that are coming in will produce enough revenue to sustain the business. And when all of this happens, marketing is the easiest thing that anyone can put blame on. But the issue is, marketing does not fix your operations. It doesn't control how quick someone answers the phone. It doesn't control how someone books appointments. It doesn't control how options are presented, how estimates are followed up with, how objections are handled. So even when a marketing company fixes the front end and more leads start actually coming through the door, the owner still feels stuck. They see more movement, but they're not seeing the clarity. Everything is still uncertain. And this is why there's this humongous disconnect with HVAC companies and marketing companies, because nobody ever sets the proper expectations with the relationship for the two. There is a certain ceiling that marketing can fix. Marketing will be able to tell you how many people clicked on your ad, how many people saw your ad, how many people filled out a form. But the moment a real human connection enters the play, that's when all marketing loses its trail. It doesn't see how many of the leads actually got booked in for appointments. It doesn't see how many estimates went out. It doesn't see how many of those estimates converted into jobs. It doesn't see how many of those customers turned into maintenance contracts after. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't show you this stuff. Not only that, marketing doesn't tell you if leads didn't book in because they were price shopping, maybe the phones are rushed, maybe nobody followed up. It doesn't tell you why nobody went through with a project. You don't know if it's pricing, if it's timing, if it's the scope. You don't know why you're losing jobs at all. Marketing does not tell you these things, and that's what people don't understand. And because none of this is even remotely visible to the owner, it just gets assumed. This is why it's completely possible to get random results, even if you have great marketing. Maybe you can see that you're ranking #1 on Google for a 5 to 10 mile radius for all the most important keywords. You can see that your PPC is killing it. You can see that your Facebook ads are crushing, but you're still losing work for reasons that you could never see. And it's not because marketing stopped working. It's because marketing was never meant to diagnose what happens after a lead actually comes in the door. If marketing is not the problem, then this is exactly where your attention needs to be. What has to be fixed first is everything that happens after a homeowner reaches out. This is where decisions are being made and nobody's actively controlling it. Things like your booking percentages, the amount of estimates going out, how long it takes for an estimate to go out, how long it takes for someone to respond to an estimate, how many people are just not responding at all, how many jobs are being booked, how many people are no-showing, canceling, rescheduling. All of these metrics are super important. And every time I ask an HVAC owner to give me these metrics, they have nothing. And it's not because like they're dumb. They don't have the infrastructure in their business to tell me these numbers. And that's exactly the problem. There's no clarity at all. They're just running off of gut instinct. But this is exactly where clarity changes everything for you. Because once you actually see whether booking is the problem, whether estimates are the problem, whether presentation or sales is the problem, whether follow-up's the problem, you know exactly what to fix. The problems aren't abstract, and you stop blaming marketing for problems that it could never solve in the first place. This is why you need to do this stuff first, before you start dumping a load of money in marketing. If you fix every single one of these points, out of nowhere, your marketing is just going to start working better with the same traffic. Nothing changed on the marketing side of things. The only thing that changed is how you operate your business. And if you want help putting something like this in place where you actually can see the problems that you're having, then go to the description, book a call with me, or simply reach out to me on Facebook. But whatever you do, you need to stop blaming marketing for these problems. Fix how decisions and situations are being handled in your company, and then worry about the rest.